So thank you all for joining us today for the Keep Kern Beautiful Committee meeting on January 18th, 2023 at 2 p.m. We will be hosting this meeting virtually, and I'd like to move on to item number 1 on the agenda, call to order. And my name is Alicia Gutierrez, and I am the committee coordinator, and I'd like to welcome all our committee members on the call, as well as Kern County Public Works staff, county council, and guests. Moving on to item number 2, for the committee members, please let me know you are in attendance when you hear your name. Daniel Harrison.
Here.
Thank you. Karen Sanders. Linda Martin. Brian Duhart. David Cadell.
Here, I'm here.
Thank you, David. Steve Kinsey. And Christopher McGehee.
Present.
Thank you. And I'm Gary Anaya.
Present.
Thank you. Okay, quorum has been met. Moving on to item number 3 on the agenda, the approval of the resolution for Keep Kern Beautiful Committee to hold remote meetings. A resolution 2033-001 was included with the agenda and meeting minutes to the committee members and guests. The resolution is to Keep Kern for the Keep Kern Beautiful Committee, authorizing remote teleconference meetings of the Keep Kern Beautiful Committee for the period of December 28th, 2022 through January 26th, 2023, pursuant to the Ralph M. Brown Act. May I get a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion. This is Chris.
Thank
I'll
you.
second.
I'll second Gary.
Thank you, Gary, for your second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed? Okay, hearing none, the motion carries. And moving on to item number 4 on the agenda, the approval of the meeting minutes from December 21st, 2022. A copy of the meeting minutes were also provided. Is there anybody on the call who has any questions or comments about last meeting's minutes? Okay, hearing none, may I get a motion to approve meeting minutes from December 21st?
I'll make the motion.
Make a motion.
Thank you, David. And may I get a second?
I'll second it. It's Gary.
Second.
Thank you, Gary. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And any opposed? Okay, hearing none, the motion carries. Thank you. Okay, now moving on to item number 5 of the agenda. So I know the committee members are familiar with our affiliate report that was done in 2021, so 2 years ago. This report is like a breakdown of our committee, our bylaws, our committee members, things of that sort. I believe all the committee members do have a copy of this report. It was brought to my attention from our Keep America Beautiful Regional Director that our affiliate report needs to be updated each year. And one item on here in particular that needs to be updated is in reference to our community appearance index, as well as our litter index report. And so I wanted to bring this to the attention of the committee and the guests on the call for any potential volunteers or people who may have interest in helping our committee out with this. But I will be reaching out to the committee individually and letting them know that, letting you guys know that we need to update this and do some going out into the community. So there's going to be some organization on my end and coordination on my end before I do reach out to you, to the committee. But this is what the 2020 Litter Index report looked like. And pretty much we had staff members, Kern County Public Works staff members, as well as volunteers, go out to the different regions within Kern County and assess the amount of litter. One being the minimal, no to minimal amount of litter, to 4, I think 4 or 5 being very litter, lots of litter. I think that was the range. So we're going to be doing the same thing, as in two elements, going out during the same time of the year, which I believe this was conducted between the months of March and May, as well as hitting the same locations, because we want to make sure that we're keeping track. We're going back to these same locations and reporting on it, so that those variables match up for us, so we can provide the most accurate report. So it would be, in reaching out to the committee members, you know, we did utilize some staff members. A lot of these staff members that we utilize aren't here anymore with the department. So we can think of like some creative ways to like maybe get some volunteers. If you guys know some volunteers who would like to help out, and we can assign the different regions based on the districts that you guys are in, or the districts that you live in or have volunteers in. Did any of the committee members or anybody on the call have any questions about this? Okay, so yeah, this is something that we'll need to do, and as you can see, there's a lot of ground that was covered, and in addition to doing some coordination and reaching out to you guys, I'll provide like examples of like what a highly littered place looks like versus something that isn't as littered, just so we can have information to go off of and use as a reference. So little things like that. If you guys have any suggestions on how you guys maybe would want this would make it easier for the committee to complete, that would be great. Any suggestions? But this is something that I just wanted to put on our radar as far as getting this completed by end of spring this year, so that we can make sure that we are in good standing as an affiliate. That's important for us, to keep that good standing. Any questions on this? I'm not sure how long it took for the group that did perform this report a couple years ago, but I'm thinking, you know, it might take up to like maybe 2 to 3 weeks, or, you know, spread out in those months to get this completed. Ray Scott, did you have any part in this? When this was done, or any?
No, ma'am. I
comment on
didn't do one for Kern County, but I always do one annually for Bakersfield.
Oh, okay. And you guys do it each year? I'm sorry, go ahead, Chris. Was that you?
Yes. When it was done before, we actually, it was broken up into like the districts. On one day, we'd take a van out to one district with 5, 6 people in the van, and we did our loops that way. So it truly only took, I believe, 5 days once it was organized to get it all done. But it was basically a van that was taken to each of the districts, and we just did one district at a time.
Okay, perfect. So I see it says Chris right here. So that's you, Chris McGehee?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was another Chris in our department, but I see Gary is also on here, so that's great. Yeah, so I'll probably be following up with you, Chris and Gary, just to get some additional feedback of how the process went when you guys did do this, just so we can I can streamline that process a little bit easier on my end when I reach out to the committee. No, but thank you for that. That's good to know. And then it'll take about 5 days once organized to get all this done. But yeah, so we do have some time. I'm hoping that we can, have this so we can start sometime between March and May, depending on people's schedules. I think that's going to be one of the things that's going to be, I'm going to need to coordinate just to make sure to find out people's availability, definitely. Any additional questions or comments from the committee on this item? Okay. Well, thank you, Chris. Appreciate that comment. All righty. So moving on our agenda to item number 6, we'll be hearing from Karina Mendez, Public Works Maintenance Worker, on the community cleanup efforts.
Hello.
Hi, Karina. We can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Just had to make sure because I got some weird pop-up this time. Okay, so for our rapid crew, looking back on their 2022 data, they cleared out 4,745 dump sites. They collected a total of 1,087 tons countywide. 1,224 mattresses were collected countywide, and out of that, 1,071 were recycled. There were 465 encampments that were cleared. So they did a good amount of work last year. The crews are still expanding, and so we've been going back and forth with getting new employees hired, as well as contracting out some work. Okay, so for the hazardous waste events that we have, this weekend in Tehachapi, January 21st, we will be having a collection event there. And then next Saturday, January 28th in Ridgecrest, February 4th in Tehachapi, February 11th in Shafter Wasco and Ridgecrest, February 18th in Tehachapi. As for bulky waste events, I believe next month will be our first one. I'm still trying to get some approvals done for the site, but we're going to start off with hopefully Lamont on February 25th. And then for tire amnesty events, I still, because there were some slight issues with our gatehouse attendance for the December 10th tire amnesty date for Eastern Kern, I don't have a result yet as to how many tires were collected, but it looks like it's been a lot because they're having difficulty to get me the numbers in time for today's meeting. But our next one for the Western Kern area, District 6 of Caltrans, is wanting to do one on March 25th in the Shafter Wasco landfill, Taft landfill, and potentially the Bena landfill. But I'll keep on updating you guys on that just as we get closer to that. And then Eastern Kern District 9 is also wanting to do, I believe it's Earth Day, April 22nd. They would like to do another event out there for East Kern, all of the sites. That's Boron, Kern Valley, Mojave, Rosamond, Ridgecrest, and Tehachapi. And like I said, I'll keep you guys updated as to whether those are going to go through for the next meeting and as we get closer to those dates. But that's everything for me.
Great. Thank you, Karina. Does anyone have any questions for Karina before we move forward? Okay, thank you again, Karina. Moving on to item number 7. Do you have any announcements or reports from committee members? Any upcoming community cleanups within your communities? Gary, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to, out here on the lower river, off Old Kern Canyon Road, by the Hobo Campground. We have a bridge over the Clear Creek crossing, and we thought it was a Forest Service bridge, but we just found out it's a county bridge. So I'm gonna organize. It's got tons and tons of graffiti on this bridge, under it, around it, everywhere. So I'd like to schedule a cleanup, a county-related cleanup graffiti project down there. So once I start putting things into detail and reach out to you guys and try to coordinate something up there, I'd like to get something going on soon.
Yeah, that would be great. And for those of you who weren't able to attend our last month's meeting, we do have a variety of cleanup supplies as well as graffiti removal supplies as paint. I'm sorry, not paint, but we do have paint rollers and paint trays that the team can utilize for these types of events. Yeah, so Gary, please, I'll work with you in coordinating for you if you need any of those items to borrow.
Okay, sounds good.
And I know we mentioned it in previous meetings, but the Bakersfield Special Waste Facility off of Standard Street does have a service, a program called Stop and Shop, where you can utilize recycled paint. So, and it's for free. And they do have free paint there. I can also help you in coordinating getting some paint for that as well.
Okay, yeah, we've used them before, but yeah, we'll use them again. It's just a lot of paint. I think we're gonna probably have to go through 25, 30 gallons of paint.
Okay, good to know.
I have all the rollers. I have rollers and all the poles and stuff like that already. Stuff that we already use here on the weekly basis. But the paint, it's a huge project, so I'll probably head down there with a truck and fill up as much as paint I could get, and we'll put in a request in advance for what we need.
Sounds good. And did you have an idea of when this would take place? Like what time, daytime?
I'm gonna shoot for March, possibly. It's just super wet right now, and there's a creek that runs under the bridge. It's flowing pretty good. I'm probably gonna have to wait for that creek to kind of simmer down a little bit and make it a little safer for us to get down there. But definitely before the spring melt, because then that creek's gonna start raging again.
Okay. Sounds great. Any other announcements from committee members? Any questions from anyone on the call? All right, moving on to item number 8, staff announcements. I do have a couple of announcements I would like to make. So we do have 2 vacancies currently. We had one for District 3 as well as, I believe it was District 5. And we do have an individual by the name of Olivia Franzen who will be joining the committee. She still needs to administer her oath and then put with the clerk of the board before she can actually join our Keep Kern Beautiful committee meetings. So hopefully by next month, our February meeting, she will be in attendance so we can meet our new committee member for District 3 to join David Cadell. And another item I wanted to share is that every member of the committee, that your term will expire on February 9th of this year. I spoke with the clerk of the board, and she wanted me to let the committee know that even though your term is about to expire, that if you could continue to serve until you are reappointed or replaced by the supervisor, and that if you're interested in being reappointed to serve another 2 terms, we suggest emailing the supervisor or their staff member directly to let them know of the interest, because they do manage, the board of supervisors manage quite a few different appointments and committees, so just providing them with that reminder would be very helpful to them. And another item I'd like to share regarding the sponsorship letter and form that we have been discussing as a committee for the past few meetings now. For those who weren't in attendance last month, we have more so finalized that sponsorship form and letter from feedback to the committee members. So I will be submitting that over to County Council to take a look at it, review it, see if they have any questions, and then if everything looks good on our end, I'll provide that update to the committee so that we can make that form public, and place it on our website, so that But I'm anticipating there might be a few more stages on the back end with County Council's review, so I'll make sure to update the committee once I gather that information. Any questions on any of those items? Okay, hearing none, moving on to any additional questions or comments from anyone on the call regarding today's meeting. Okay, well, hearing none, we'll I'd like to state that our next meeting will be on Wednesday, February 15th, and then we'll be hosting that meeting via Teams virtually, and we'll be able to provide more information on the community appearance index as well as the litter index report.
Miss Elisa, I'm
Yes.
sorry, I didn't hear you say public comments. That's where I fall in.
Oh yes, go ahead, Ray.
Couple things. One, the Bakersfield's Great American Cleanup is scheduled for Saturday, April 22nd, Earth Day, at Yilkits Park. And then I was going to ask the group or yourself specifically, I'm wanting to do, I started a national award for Keep America Beautiful for military bases. The first one was Camp Pendleton in 2020. Last year was Air Base in Fresno. This year, I'm needing help getting to Edwards Air Force Base, since that's here in Kern County. And that would be my desire, that base be the next California military base to be recognized by Keep America Beautiful for all of its recycling and environmental programs on the base. And I normally do that in about June of the year. And that way I have it ready for America Recycles Day, November 15th, to where we can present the awards. So I would need contact information of who I should talk to at the base. And of course, anyone at Kern County Public Works that would like to join me.
Yeah, that'd be great. Ray, so are you asking for you said someone from Kern County Public Works as well as somebody from Keep Kern Beautiful?
It can be.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. So you're asking just for some representation, or are you asking us to contribute in somehow to the report or to the award?
Well, a little of both. I mean, if I normally do a site visit with the base, go through everything with them on site, create the report for the base, and then submit it. In this case, it would be on behalf of Keep Kern Beautiful to Keep America Beautiful.
Okay, yeah, that's something that we can consider. I can follow up with our committee members as well for interest in that. And
I'm not sure which supervisor is over Edward Air Force Base.
Yeah, I can find that out. I'm not sure either. Edwards Air Force Base, that would probably fall into District 2.
Yeah, Mojave.
District 2, yeah, Mojave, yeah. So District 2, we have, give me one sec, who is my District 2? So that's with Karen Sanders and Brian Duhart on our Keep Kern committee, and neither are on the call today, so I'll definitely follow up with them and see if they can provide some assistance and support for that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Okay, any other comments from anyone on the call? Okay, so we'll head to item number 11 to adjourn today's meeting. May I get a motion to adjourn at 2:26 p.m.?
I so move.
Was that David Cadell? Thank you,
Yes.
David. And then may I get a second?
I'll second. This is Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, thank you. Thank you. Any opposed? Okay, hearing none, the motion carries to adjourn today's meeting at 2:26, and we will see you next month. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.